story from CNN. ICE arrests police officer in Chicago suburb and accuses him of being in the U.S. illegally. A lot of people are really shocked by this story, but what I find really funny about it is that we've known there are illegal immigrant police officers for some time. This is just starting to shock people, so it is the lead. Check this out. ICE agents arrested a police officer Thursday morning in the Chicago suburb of Hanover Park. I once lived there briefly, accusing him of being an unlawful immigrant. I like to say unlawful from Montenegro. The DHS officer, DHS says the officer, Radul Bojovic, is that how you say that? Bojovic?
Yep.
Overstayed a tourist visa that expired in 2015. According to the department, Bojovic was encountered during a targeted enforcement action in ICE's immigration-focused operation in Illinois. The Hanover Park Police Department shared a Facebook post in August announcing Bojovic's recent graduation from the Suburban Law Enforcement Academy, adding they had started an intensive 15 weeks of field training and evaluation as he continues preparing to serve the Hanover Park community. CNN reached out to the Hanover Park Police for comment and has attempted to contact Bojovic. Is it Bojovic? I don't know how you pronounce it. Bojovic? He violated our nation's laws and was living illegally in the U.S. for 10 years. What kind of police department gives criminal illegal aliens badges and guns? It's a felony for aliens to even possess a firearm. A law enforcement officer who is actively breaking the law, said DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin in a statement to CNN on Thursday. In September, ICE agents arrested the superintendent of Iowa's largest school district, accusing him of being in the country illegally since the early 2000s. And by the way, leftists, he's white.
Right? It's a big deal.
That proves it.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me it's not motivated by racism?
Nope.
No, that's proof. That's proof that it is racism. They're only doing it because he's white. Yeah, because
the fact that he was able to become a cop proves racism exists.
Exactly.
All the Latinos they're all Spanish descent, so they're white too. So that's why it's all racism.
That's a very good point.
This is I don't think people understand the extent to which the Democrats over the past 10 or so years, longer, 20, have been literally shredding this country up. We sat here for the most part, American citizens, assuming that our leaders were being good stewards of our American tradition and this country. They were actually opening the door for non-citizens to vote, to be law enforcement officers, to work in our public institutions. They were attempting to dismantle this country. And wait, there's more. Take a look at this from the LA Times. This is from earlier in the year. LAPD has immigrant officers protected by DACA. In other words, they have illegal immigrant police officers that have deferred status. That is the current status. Could Trump try to deport them? Yes, he could rescind DACA, and he should. And it is insane that we've come to this point. And I know there's going to be a lot of people, Rogan was saying recently, like, these guys have been here for 20 years, have a heart, they should stay. This is the same argument they made in the 80s and the 90s. And every single time they promise they will not do it again. They'll say, okay, let's grant amnesty to these people who've been here for like 20 years, but we just won't do it again. And then they do. So it is not callous to say, guys, 3 strikes and you're out.
Look, everyone that's illegal has to go. That's all there is to it.
Don't they do background checks? Shouldn't this have flagged somewhere? I know that when I was on federal probation, I couldn't get a job at Walmart and McDonald's. So one of the requirements was you had to be gainfully employed or go to college. So I couldn't get a job at Walmart or McDonald's because I had a felony theft that I was charged with. They said I was a loss prevention issue.
So I assume that if they did do, or my assumption, right? This isn't like I know anything, but I assume that they were going by the standards set by the Obama administration, which was DACA recipients can stay and they get to be treated as if they're legally here. So if that is the case, and again, this is just an assumption, if that's the case, it does make sense. They would be like, well, it's fine. He's a deferred action. So because he's deferred action, we're going to go ahead and allow him to get a job.
Well, I know in Iowa, they used a third party to do the background check on the superintendent. So they washed their hands of it, said, this isn't our fault. We used a party. They must have missed it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the deal is, obviously, but like now, new sheriff's in town. Gotta go. I don't care.
Yeah,
all of them.
But have you guys considered that no human being is illegal?
I have considered that, and then I rejected it out of hand because
What?
it's dumb.
What?
Gotta go back. Everybody that's here illegally has to go. Goodbye.
I was told that trespassing is bad.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You weren't you? Someone said that.
Yeah, a while ago.
Who said such a thing? That's not correct. You're allowed to go wherever you want, whenever you want, and stay there forever.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Because borders are an imaginary line.
I think
That's what I
someone
was
owes me an
told. Is that
apology.
borders are an imaginary line. What can I do about it?
I think when people start to realize how many people have been granted authority. I mean, Democrats in San Francisco, I think, or I'm sorry, it might have been Sacramento, but California and New York were trying to pass city resolutions that illegal immigrants would be able to vote. The argument was, if you live here, you can vote. Now, of course, the Democrats are going to argue, no, this wasn't about illegal immigrants, but that's the game they play because to a Democrat, no one's illegal.
Yep.
So literally by virtue of being here, you're our neighbor. Now, what happens?
A friend we haven't made yet. That's what I always say.
Newcomers.
I say they're just friends we haven't made yet.
What happens when Democrats bring in 20 million people and then Trump tries to enforce against these people who are here? They will scream "Ayúdame" in the streets, and other illegal immigrants will attack the police to protect them. Because if you own a house and 3 guys break in and you, the homeowner, say, "Get out of my house," do you think these men are going to say, "Sure," or do you think they're going to say, "Nah, we outvote you"?
Yeah, they'll probably say they outvote you. They'll say squatters' rights.
They'll probably just attack you and take your stuff.
Yeah.
They probably won't have a chance to speak in my house if they break in.
See, that's the
very
thing,
quick
though.
interaction.
I got to pause you there. That would be the case if you were arguing you had the monopoly on violence as the authority in your house. But let's try another analogy. You live in your home, and you have a roommate who has asserted the authority to enforce the rules of the apartment, and they hand their gun to one of these guys who broke in and say he's in charge now. That's basically what we're seeing in our cities. When you have an illegal immigrant who's a cop, he's going to tell you what for.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to lock American citizens up, and we're going to pay for it for these guys who are not citizens.
Yeah, it's totally wild. I'm also curious to see what the left is going to say about this because ICE has arrested him. Are we going to get more like flip-flopping on law enforcement? Are they going to start bellowing about how we need to support law enforcement in this country after they've been openly defying federal law enforcement and ICE?
Well, these cities that are complaining are the same cities that were pepperballing residents for being outside after curfew during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So, for them to say we care about our citizens, but that a few short years ago we were locking people down and shooting them for being outside their front doorstep, I mean, pick a side.
Yeah, look, the only thing I have to say about this is all of the arguments surrounding it don't matter to me. If they're here illegally, they got to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
DACA recipients?
Yeah. I don't have a problem with sending DACA recipients back because if you're a DACA recipient, you can see the writing on the wall. You need to prepare for the eventuality,
Well, and the idea that like legislatively with a wave of the magic wand and without these people having gone through the traditional legal process to enter, they could just be given this protected status has been the game the Democrats have been trying to play with illegal immigration for years and years. And most notably under the Biden administration when they were saying these people had temporary protected status or when activist judges set the precedent that if somebody says that they're afraid to go back or request asylum, they are therefore here legally because they're an asylum seeker. It's ridiculous. So you can't allow them to morally grandstand on this and say those people are protected. You can't send them back because they fabricated out of whole cloth a set of rules that gave those people special protections, even though they already broke immigration law to get in here.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we have birthright citizenship. It's the same thing. They say, well, think about the children. They use them as pawns to keep the whole family here. That's also got to go.
Yeah.
Birthright citizenship needs to go.
But thinking about your children, that's fascism, right? Thinking about how you can make the best possible country for your own children, that's fascism. You have to think about everyone else's kids instead.
I don't. I don't have to do
Fascist.
that. I'm not going to do that, and I don't care what names they call me.
Yeah.
They've already called me all the names.
Exactly.
They've called me all the names that they can call me. So all of that stuff is like water off a duck's back. I don't care.
Arsenal's
they got to
empty.
go.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a duck in the rain? They stop moving and stand there to minimize the amount of exposure to the rain so the water just rolls off. Videos are hilarious. There'll be like 10 ducks just like this, and they don't move.
And it just keeps going right off,
That's
right?
what we're doing, and we can't do that. I mean, you got to get out of the rain, you know what I mean?
Well, they're going to look, whether it's raining or not, they're going to call me names, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chicago this weekend is going to get absolutely insane. The judge said no barriers. The judge said no National Guard. And now you've got exposed DHS that have already been rammed numerous times. So it's almost like the judges are intentionally creating a circumstance where there's going to be murders or they're going to force the cops to engage rioters during the No Kings protests. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel and we will see you all there.